So we have M stands for movement. To reproduction. Nutrition. We have irritability. G, we have growth. E, excretion. We have respiration. Then D, we have death. So all these are the characteristics of living thing. I will be taking them one after the other. M, which is movement. R, reproduction. N, nutrition. I, irritability. G stands for growth. E, excretion. The second R, respiration. And lastly, death. So all these are the characteristics of living thing. So first and foremost, we'll start with movement. The first characteristics of this movement, we all know animals move from one place to another in search of food, shelter, or one thing or the other. So movement is one of the characteristics of living thing. So and also plants to move. Plants also move, but they don't move the way animals do. Their roots help them to move beneath the soil in search of nutrients and also water. So that's why you see most of the times roots are scattered beneath the ground just to search for nutrients and what we call soil. Soil and also water for it to germinate. So movement is one of the characteristics of a living thing. So aside that, the second one is reproduction. So this one is movement. We are done with this. Then we have what we call reproduction. We all know without reproduction we wouldn't be alive, because after our forefathers gave birth to our fathers, that's how the generation continue. So reproduction is one of the most important thing and is one of the characteristics of a living thing. Plants reproduce, animals also reproduce. In plants we have sexual reproduction and asexual. Sexual has to do with coming together of the male and the female sex organ to reproduce. Why the asexual? It hasn't got it doesn't have to be with both male and female. You can only have one sex organ and it reproduces. So while in animals it has to do with sexual reproduction. Animals come together, they mate, and they produce young ones. So the third one, which is nutrition. Nutrition has to do with the food. Of course, living thing has to eat. Without food, they can't survive. So animals feed on both plants and flesh. That is what animals feed on. Some animals feed on both plants and flesh, while some only feed on plants, while some feed only on flesh. So animals that feed only on plants are called herbivorous animals. While animals that feed on flesh and plants, they are called omnivorous animals. While those that only feed on flesh are called carnivorous animals. While plants also eat, they, they manufacture their own food by the process which we call photosynthesis. This is how green plants manufacture their own food through the process of this, what we call photosynthesis. So plants and animals uh, has to eat to be able to have energy to grow and also do other things. Irritability. This is one of the characteristics of living thing that has to do with touch, how they adapt to their external environment. Of course, human beings feel. They feel heat, they feel warm, they feel cold, you know. Also, animals, also plants also do that. When you touch some plants, they feel what they do is this plant also has the ability to feel and adapt to the weather at a particular time. This is all called irritability, how they react to their external environment. That is why during cold time we put on sweaters, jackets to cover up our body. While during heat we put on singlets and also small clothes which help us to have enough fresh air. Growth is another characteristics of living thing. Every living thing that do not die, as long as it's still alive, it grows. It grows from certain stage. Animals grow just like when after giving birth to a newborn baby, it begins to learn how to sit, learn how to crawl before walking, then running. That is growth for you. And as the animal is growing, it's increasing in size, weight, and also uh, height. That is growth for you. Animal plants too also grow. From seed you plant it, it grow from little by little. It also produce fruits and other things. Excretion. Excretion, this is the act of removing waste products from the body. Animals excrete and also plants too excrete. Plants excrete by shedding off leaves. So they don't need the leaves. Those ones are not important to them. So they fade them out. They are faded away. And also animals excrete. They can excrete what we call sweat through the skin. We have skin sweat pores. It's very tiny holes on our skin. So when maybe we run or there's heat, the sweat comes out. That's what we call excretion because the body don't need it. We also what we call feces. Feces. Animals excrete feces and human beings to excrete feces. We can also excrete carbon dioxide. Animals excrete carbon dioxide and inhale oxygen, while plants inhale carbon dioxide and excrete oxygen. So excretion is part of what we call characteristics of living thing. Then the next one is respiration. Respiration, has to do with breathing of air. Animals breathe in oxygen and breathe out carbon dioxide, while plants breathe in carbon dioxide and breathe out oxygen. So oxygen is essential for animals, while carbon dioxide is essential for plants. So every living thing respirates. Once you stop breathing, you are no more alive, you are dead. So the last but not the least here is death. Death is the end of living thing. Once you die, you can't do any other thing. So death is the end of every living thing. Once you stop breathing, you are dead. And that's all. So all these are the characteristics of living thing. Please, if you are not following me, or subscribing on my YouTube channel. Please try and as much as possible to do that for more videos, educational videos for you. Thank you for watching.